Hi there, I'm the Declutter Homemaker, and I believe in small, realistic changes that help a home feel lighter and calmer. Not perfect, just easier to live in. Every home has its own rhythm, and every person has their own way of handling the daily mess. But if you're here, I'm guessing you're craving the same thing I was: less chaos, more clarity. That's why today I'm sharing a few simple habits that actually work. Not just in theory, but in real homes with real messes and real life happening all around. They don't require perfection, just a willingness to start small. I used to think I needed better routines, better storage, better motivation. But what I really needed was less. Less to manage, less to put away. Less that drained my energy day after day. These habits changed the way my home feels, and the first one. It made me realize I don't need to spend hours tidying just to feel at peace. Let's dive in. Starting with this, if it takes more than 10 minutes to tidy up a small space, it's not about being slow. It's about having too much. Ever tried to do a quick tidy and somehow an hour disappears and you're still not done? Set a soft limit. If it takes more than 10 minutes to simply put things back, no deep cleaning, just resetting, that's a sign. You don't need more shelves, you need fewer things to manage. There was a time when I had spent 30 minutes every morning just clearing my kitchen counter. Not because it was dirty, but because I had to move around too many little things. Spice jars, unopened mail, random receipts, containers with no home. So I tried something simple. If I only kept what I use weekly, what would stay? The rest went into a maybe bin. What stayed less than half? And now it takes me under 3 minutes to reset that space. When tidying feels endless, it's easy to blame yourself, to think you're lazy or just bad at keeping house. But often, the real problem isn't you. It's the volume around you. And if that sounds familiar, the next habit might give you a little clarity, especially if you've got boxes or bins filled with things you haven't touched in months. Also, tomorrow I'll be sharing a special list. The things I believe we all need to declutter before 2026. Not just random clutter, but the stuff that silently weighs down our space and our energy. So if you're in the mood for a fresh start, keep an eye out for that. Let's talk about the things you've packed away, stored just in case, and then forgotten about completely. If you haven't used something in 6 months or even thought about it, chances are you don't actually need it. I had a season where I was preparing for a move. I packed up anything I thought we could live without for a while and put it all in storage. Then, we didn't move. 6 months later, those boxes were still there untouched. I hadn't missed a single item. Couldn't even name what was inside. And that told me everything I needed to know. So here's a habit I recommend: pick one bin, one drawer, or one shelf you haven't looked at in a while. Instead of pulling things out one by one, ask yourself, if I hadn't seen this in 6 months, do I even care about it anymore? Most of the time, the answer is no. And that answer gives you permission to let go. Because the truth is, every item you keep is something you have to manage. Even if it's hidden in a closet, it still takes up space and a little mental weight. And once you start seeing that clearly, the next habit gets even easier. It's all about learning how to stop the clutter before it even enters your home. Next up, some spaces don't need a full declutter. They just need a regular check-in before things pile up. The trick: don't wait until it's overwhelming. Instead, make tiny resets part of your everyday rhythm. Here's how that looks in real life. While I'm folding laundry, I quickly scan through the clothes I'm putting away. If I notice a shirt that's been sitting in the drawer untouched for weeks, or one that's starting to look worn out, I pull it aside. No drama, no decision fatigue, just a simple moment of noticing. When I'm putting away groceries, I take an extra 60 seconds to peek into the back of the fridge. I usually find something I forgot: about half a jar of sauce we didn't like, a bag of spinach that's turned. I don't save it just in case. I toss it. That's a reset. Grabbing towels for a shower, I'll take an extra minute to straighten the linen shelf. If I spot a towel that's ripped rough or always at the bottom of the stack, it goes in the cut up for cleaning rags pile. Same with my entryway. When I grab my coat, I'll notice if there are 3 extra scarves hanging there that I never wear. One comes off the hook and into the donation bag. None of this is scheduled. It just happens in little pockets of time I'm already moving through. Because here's the truth. Clutter doesn't show up overnight. It builds in the background quietly until one day your drawer won't close or your shelf is buckling. And if you can catch it during the normal rhythm of your day, you won't need to block off a Saturday just to get your life together. Now, if you're thinking, that's helpful, but what about new stuff coming in all the time? The next habit helps you stop clutter before it even walks through the door. Next up, one of the easiest ways to stop clutter is to not invite it in to begin with. It sounds obvious, but it's surprisingly hard to follow, especially when something is cute on sale or feels like it might make life better. But here's the rule that changed everything for me. If I don't already know exactly where something will live, I don't buy it. Not I'll figure it out later. Not I can make room if I reorganize. If I can't name the shelf drawer, hook, or basket, it stays in the store. For example, I used to be a sucker for mugs, especially cozy ones in neutral colors. But one day I realized my mug cabinet was already full. Every new mug meant shoving something else aside or stacking them dangerously high, so I made a new rule: no new mugs unless one old one goes. Now when I see one I love, I pause. Do I love it more than one I already have? If not, I let it go. The same rule applies to storage bins, throw pillows, and that $14 organizer you swear will fix your drawer. If you're constantly buying solutions without solving the root issue, too much stuff, you're just rearranging overwhelm. Living within your space doesn't mean living small. It means being honest about what actually fits your life, not just physically, but mentally. And if you've ever stood in a store holding something and thinking, where would this even go? The next habit will help you answer that question with clarity. Next up, the most honest truth about clutter. No book, no course, no expert can make the decisions for you. You're the only one who can decide what stays and what goes. But here's the thing, that doesn't mean you have to figure it all out by yourself. Start small and start where it's easy. One drawer, one shelf, one basket. Use these questions to guide you. When did I last use this? Would I buy it again if I lost everything? Does it carry real meaning or just guilt? If it disappeared today, would I miss it? Let's say you open a bathroom drawer and find 3 hairbrushes. One's your favorite, one's broken but was expensive, one you forgot you owned. That's where the questions help. You don't need a spreadsheet. Just a moment of honesty. I've had days where I stood frozen looking at a pile of stuff completely overwhelmed. But as soon as I picked up just one item and made one clear decision, the fog lifted. That first decision builds momentum. You don't need to get it all done. You just need to get started. And now that you've seen the 5 habits that helped me reset my home, I'll be sharing more soon, including a full list of what I believe we should all consider letting go of before the new year arrives. Next up, let's reset the expectations. We carry the ones that say your home should always look perfect, because a tidy home doesn't need to impress anyone. It just needs to support you. There was a time when I thought clean meant spotless surfaces, color-coded bins, and zero clutter in sight. I'd spend hours folding the throw blanket just right or fluffing pillows before guests came, not because it made me feel better, but because I thought I should. One day, I caught myself refolding hand towels in the bathroom at 11 p.m. just because they didn't match, and I realized I wasn't tidying for peace. I was tidying for pressure. Now my goal is calm, not perfect. My couch isn't staged, but it's cozy. There's a dish in the sink, but the counters are clear enough for me to cook. I know where everything goes, and I no longer feel like I'm falling behind every day. So here's a mindset shift aim for livable tidy, not Instagram tidy. Give yourself permission to stop tidying for other people's imaginary judgment and start tending to your home in a way that actually feels good to live in. Because when the standard is peaceful enough, it becomes something you can keep up with. And that changes everything. And finally, if your space feels chaotic, your brain probably does too. Clutter doesn't just take up physical space, it takes up mental bandwidth. Every item you walk past, move around, or deal with later is silently asking for your attention. I remember trying to enjoy a cup of tea one morning. I sat down, but my eyes immediately caught the mail pile on the counter. Then the jacket I forgot to hang up. Then the tangled charger cables. Suddenly, I wasn't relaxing. I was mentally listing chores. That's when I started this small habit: find one visible surface and clear it completely. That day, it was just the coffee table. I took 5 minutes to remove old mugs, sort the papers, and wipe it down. The room wasn't perfect, but that clean surface gave my brain a place to land. And that one clear space helped me feel like I was back in control. You don't have to fix everything. Just start where your eyes keep landing. Because once your space quiets down, your mind starts to do the same. I had this moment the other day. I opened a drawer and realized it was full of old work stuff from a job I left 5 years ago. Notes, notebooks, old name tags, and next to that, a bin of paintbrushes from a watercolor phase I told myself I'd go back to. Then, a stack of work blouses I hadn't worn since I became a stay-at-home mom. And it hit me I was sharing my space with a bunch of old me's. No wonder my home felt heavy. So I asked myself, if I were moving tomorrow, would I actually take this with me? That simple question made it all so clear. I didn't need to keep the version of me who used to run meetings or the one who thought she'd get into art again. I just needed space for who I am now. I let a lot of that stuff go, and honestly, it felt like I could breathe deeper. Your home doesn't have to hold every version of you, just the one who lives here now. Let me guess you walk in the door, set the mail down just for now, and 3 days later, there's a pile of unopened envelopes, school forms, takeout menus, and random coupons. Yeah, same here. For the longest time, that corner of the counter drove me nuts. Every time I saw it, I felt behind, like something was always waiting on me. Then one day I grabbed a small basket, labeled it to deal with, and decided everything goes there. Once a week, usually Sunday morning, I go through it, toss what I don't need, pay a bill, file a form, done. There was one week I opened a letter just in time. It was a dentist bill due that exact day. I thought, this pile isn't just clutter, it's stress I haven't faced. Now if the basket starts to overflow, that's my cue. It's time for a reset. It's such a small habit, but it's saved me from so much mental clutter. We all have one, a shelf, a drawer, a bin, full of stuff for someday. For me, it was a workout kit I bought during lockdown. Resistance bands, yoga straps, unopened DVDs. I kept it for years thinking I'll start next month. Spoiler, I never did. Then one day I pulled it all out and asked if I started today, what would I actually use? The answer was one yoga mat. I gave the rest away. I also let go of a pile of cookbooks I'd bought when I thought I'd get into fancy home cooking. Truthfully, I never opened them. I cook simple, familiar meals, and that's what works for me. Sometimes the future you were saving things for doesn't exist anymore. And that's okay. You don't have to live with pressure-packed shelves. Keep what fits your life now. Let the rest go and enjoy the space you get back. There was this one chair in our bedroom, the catch-all spot. Mine constantly had a pile of clothes on it, half-worn jeans, sweaters. I didn't hang up outfits I tried on and changed my mind about. Every night I'd look at it and think I should really put that away. And every night I didn't. Then one day it clicked. The problem wasn't me. The problem was the stuff didn't have a clear place to go. That sweater I didn't actually like how it fit. Those pants, they didn't belong in the closet or the laundry basket, so they just stayed in the pile. So I did a reset. I got honest. I donated what didn't feel good to wear, and I made room in drawers for the things I reached for every day. Now that chair, it's clear. And if something lands there, it doesn't stay long because everything else finally has a home. Oof, this one's hard. I had a jacket I spent way too much money on. It looked great on the hanger, but every time I wore it, I felt uncomfortable. The sleeves were stiff, the fit was off, and yet I kept it. Why? Because it cost a lot, and part of me felt like giving it away would be admitting I made a mistake. But the truth. Keeping it didn't make it any more useful. It just made me feel guilty every time I opened the closet. One day I asked myself if I didn't know what this cost, would I still keep it? The answer was no, so I gave it away. And weirdly, I felt relieved, because the money had already been spent. Keeping the item wasn't going to bring it back, but letting it go, that gave me peace. You deserve a home and a closet that supports who you are now, not what you regret buying last year. You don't have to do it all. Just start somewhere. If your home feels too full, too loud, too much, you're not alone, and you're not behind. We're all just figuring it out. One drawer, one habit, one small shift at a time. If something in today's video clicked with you, try it. Try the 10-minute test. Try the maybe bin. Try clearing just one surface and letting your mind rest there for a bit. You don't need to do it all today. You just need to make one kind choice to your future self. That's enough. And if you're looking for a fresh start before the new year, don't miss tomorrow's video. I'll be sharing the things I truly believe we all need to declutter before 2026 rolls in. Not just physical stuff, but the hidden clutter that steals our space and energy without us even noticing. Thanks for being here. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, and if this helped you in any way, let me know in the comments. Even just saying this was what I needed today, it means more than you know. You're not doing this alone. And your home, it's allowed to feel peaceful. I'll see you soon.